I've been so sad all month. And I only found out like a day ago, so like I'm just like hella sad all month. Even before I knew, like I've just been crying all day, and now I have something new to.
Yeah, when you come to this channel, understand that TikTok is the new microfiche of the historians of the past. The historians of the past, we had to file through a microfiche of newspaper articles in order to find out the truth. So these newspapers don't get burned in the fire, don't get burnt by flames. Understand that the chemist is omniscient. And we know it all and we see it all simply because I have a 1 terabyte iPhone and I can just store. So I cross-reference information from other things that have been said. And I have the dates stamped in the phone. Like right here, I have this one stamped April 1st. Look at this cute one I have. This is dated March 23rd. I'm sorry, Mina. I'm sorry you have to get that blob taken off your neck. I'm sorry.
I want to be like single, you know, and he thinks that I want another guy, and like that's not even it. Like I literally.
And we have this cute admission by AllisonMae on March 21st.
What? He didn't expose himself to a minor, guys. Y'all are nuts. You got a telegram? I ain't got a telegram. I don't know how to work that shit.
And do you see here that this cute little gem by Jazzy about Vume? It's never anything positive, huh, Vume? Vume X. Vume X. The X signifies how many TikTok channels this man has lost. As you can see here, that was on March 20th. Like when I tell you I am omniscient.
Spicy link, and she stopped wearing her hijab already. Like ew, look at your whole.
And so we see on March 19th, you saw what Amina's mom did, right? And she put out that document to say, this woman needs to stop defaming my daughter. I have the dates. I have exactly each date and the time it was actually said. Are you talking about Mina? Oh, yeah, she is. So we're not going to hold no punches. So this is March 19th. You were already defaming her because you're saying go to your spicy link, go check out this link, and you can see how nasty she gets or how her body don't look da-da-da-da-da. I don't want this narrative of her being able to cry on cue and get all these gifts flooding in. So when I quickly break down the timeline where Vume leaves to California, Vume was on just subs. Vume gets off subs when he's with Your Only God. Your Only God was the best influence that Vume has ever had in his entire life. He got with Vume and got with that Only God cat. And guess what? He's off subs. He's off fentanyl. He's off perkies. He's off 30s. He's completely clean. And guess what Allison does? Guess who comes in the picture, gaslights him, and now threatens to say, you are not coming to see this child's birth? And it triggers this man to start doing substances once again. Would you like me to show you the time? Okay, I think you're taking my word for it, that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the timeline. I can prove there was a small glimpse of hope that Vume was off both perkies and 30s and Suboxones when he was with your only, when he's with your God or whatever the God dude is, the God guy is, okay? That guy gets in a fight that was supposedly Vume's fight. Vume don't jump in. They cut ties. There was a small window where Vume was meeting all his obligations, and now it's back on the responsibilities, back on Allison to let him in the delivery room. And she triggers him to start doing drugs again so she can have a reason not to cancel the PFA and not to let him in the delivery room. I see a lot of comments, TikTok comments, scathing Vume. We are scathing the wrong person at this very point in time when I walk you down the very accurate timeline. Watch this. Allison's about to out Mina, out her body, start to disparage Amina. And watch what Vume does.
Spicy link, and she stopped wearing her hijab already. Like
He don't walk out the picture to go do drugs. He walks out the picture because it's disrespectful for you to out somebody that you do content with. Man, y'all need to wake up. And I'm talking about motion boys. And let me correlate one more fact. Everybody gets with Vume, gets a little clout, and then wants to change their name and add a god to it. Why is this motion boys turn into God, and then Josiah gets some clout and turns into God? There's only one God. It's a capital G. Clout is not a god. Let's get that. Let's make that point very clear, guys. Clout is not God. So every time these guys get clout, they want to put God in their name. And watch, after they watch this video, they're going to take God out their name because there's only one God. It's blasphemous to have God in your name on TikTok or anywhere else. There is only one God. Vume's walking away. And so he's walking away because he don't want to be involved with Allison disparaging Mina after they did content and made money together. You're going to spite the woman? This woman is evil. Let me show you.
You talking to that bitch car better be bulletproof. Fuck that bitch. And fuck that fat hoe too. Nigga, you talking to that bitch car better be bulletproof. Fuck.
You dumbass NBA YoungBoy. His lyrics are also brain rot. But not even NBA YoungBoy would be referring to his own baby mom that's pregnant about having a whip be bulletproof. You're insinuating that you're going to shoot through it and kill your own baby? So you've never heard of this story of Ray Caruth? History about to repeat itself. Do you guys remember Ray Caruth? This has already been done. He's an NFL star who spent 18 years in prison for masterminding the murder of his pregnant girlfriend. Has changed his story about where he was the night she was shot to death. And I want you to know that, yes, my phone is a microfiche of information. We can correlate these stories of you being a dumbass and realize this has already been done. Because she already made, not yesterday, but the day before her water broke, she made 4 G's. But I saw a dip in the stats. And that's why she stayed another day in the hospital. Y'all need to wake up. But she's currently explaining how she did OnlyFans with somebody and now is defaming her body. And wants to cry and blame it on Vume, that Vume groomed her. Let's stop capping. Let's get into the facts. This isn't my narrative. Okay? This isn't my narrative. This isn't even my bandwidth that I have to keep in my brain. I get to keep it on the 1 terabyte iPhone. So I get to keep, different formulations and formulas, mathematical formulas. I get to keep that stuff in my brain. The other stuff I can offload onto a phone and I can let the phone dictate the narrative. Do you understand? You cannot combat these narratives. I have the dates that this actually happened.
I want to be single, and
Yeah, so this cute little admission on March 21st, we can kind of do the fancy little timeline and we go March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And as she's saying that she wants to be single, Vume is plugging her with sperm that is swum all the way up, have fought through 1 of the million and has actually got her pregnant. So she is saying this as she is getting fertilized with Vume's semen. I say all that to say, guys, I've caught her numerous times talking out of both sides of her mouth. For those who don't know what that means, it's called lying. I've caught her lying to recreate November 30th's monetary balance numerous times. You want to know why she wanted an extra day in the 5-star hotel? You want to know why? Would you like to know why she wanted another night in the 5-star hotel? it wasn't to, it was to use the nurses and all this and all that. It was for one more thing. It was to double up on what happened on November 30th. Okay? I want you to know, I'm only doing this because I've caught this little girl talking out the both sides of her mouth numerous times. It's a pattern. So I don't feel bad exposing it because it's only going to get worse. Because she's putting the baby all out in Front Street, all in front of the camera. It's not just her decision whether that baby gets to get put in front of that camera now, is it? Because we had a little issue when, Bree and 2K, if we want to use Bree and 2K's situation, 2K does lean on Bree's advice. They don't like each other, but they are very cordial with each other. That means Bree still, behind the scenes, takes 2K's input and she puts it in the memory bank and uses it as facts. Just as 2K wants to pop it and let his hair down and go into mommy mode for y'all on the internet, but he takes Bree's advice in the back end and they have a partnership to co-parent. It's not just her child. It is also Vume's. It doesn't matter what he said because I've prefaced it at the beginning of the video. The worst thing that has been said has not even been by Vume. And that's after we heard everything Vume has said. So everyone's like, no, are you serious? Like, you want me? Yes, what Allison said and did on a live was 100% worse than what Vume has said or did on any single live. Can you conceptualize that? I hope you can. And understand that's why she's not getting any sympathy points from the chemist. Because we have all the facts. We have taken a look at the microfiche. And we can create a nice little pretty timeline for the events that transpire. So if anyone wants to combat my narrative, this isn't a made up narrative. This is what you said on this date, is what you said on this date, at this time, at this hour. TikTok is the microfiche of today's age. So when I tell you, I'm not going to show you, but when I tell you the first negative thing, the first heinous thing said about this baby was not by Vume, but was by this woman. I don't want any of the supporters to go ahead and keep the gaslighting alive, to keep the ignorance alive. Do you see these eyes? Yeah, Allison was very disappointed that that baby didn't have blue eyes for a numerous multitude of reasons. What color were Hitler's eyes? Yeah, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. But these eyes have garnered her tens of thousands of dollars. This little girl is already a professional because she's been on the internet since she's been 16. Okay? These eyes have garnered her tens of thousands of dollars. These eyes are the same reason that I caught you. And that's going to be for another video, for another day. But those same eyes are the reason why I caught you. And you need to understand, if you do stuff like this on live, the chemist is going to catch you. Because I'm the best on this platform. You are a sinister individual. And you need to be stopped. Just because you had a baby, you're not going to start gaslighting even more. Those eyes are the reason I caught you. She'll know what I'm talking about. Miss Avinaco will know what I'm talking about. You will not. But she will. We got you. When the most heinous thing said about that baby came out of this woman's mouth and was said by this woman, I don't want anybody to combat my narrative because I have all the timestamps. I have all the facts.
What's a PFA? Protection against abuse. Like, I have a PFA on him, and because it's in the system. They said to me, you have a PFA against Romeo? I was like, I do. And I'd be breaking it. Becky, thank you. I found you back.
Yeah, so this is her extended stay in a 5-star hotel. We'll call it a 5-star hotel. She gets one more night until she goes back to that apartment. She does not want to go back to that apartment alone, does she? No, she does not. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. She does not. And guess what the nurse is doing? The nurse is fishing for information. Because if Romeo was at that apartment when she got home, that baby is not going home with her. Understand that what the nurse is doing right now is a very, very, very important and very it's a strategic conversation she's trying to have with Allison. Allison don't even realize what the fuck is going on. Because if Allison has this active PFA out and Romeo is anywhere in the vicinity, that baby is getting snatched. She not realizing it. She 21, not having a clue in the world because she's looking at a chat, fishing for gifts. Because it's her last night in this 5-star hotel. Guys, please understand that TikTok is a distraction from the real world. The only time it intertwines with the real world is when Josiah steps on a moving object that is carrying food from one place to another down the Hollywood Strip. And he is taking away the opportunity for a business to make money because he's standing doing pepper yucky on an object that is trying to get to its destination. Understand that this platform is a distraction from the real world. We can stay on this platform, we can distract ourselves, but there's got to be a point in time where we put the phone away, we exit the app, and we come back to the real world. Y'all need to wake up. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, this is going to be a great journey for you. It is not. It is not. I cannot wait for this little girl to get home with this baby because it is going to be like one of those dare, don't do drug ads. It's going to be like that for single motherhood. You got all these single mothers living vicariously through Allison. If you had the opportunity to do it again, Vume is not a lost cause. You push for Vume to get clean again. But that starts with, I showed you at the beginning of the video, he was actually clean. Who's the one that triggered him and made him go back on drugs? Now, I'm a man, so I can't say, oh, it was Allison. No. It was Vume who decided to get back on drugs. But it was Allison who was not a good example like Motion Boys was. Motion Boys was the best example. Showed him not really how to treat a woman because he was over here starving shorty and all that, like telling her, you can wait for food. Like he wasn't showing her a good, I'll show him a good way of life, how you actually can respect a woman, like up and all the way from top to bottom. When you get on a screen, you don't ever disrespect your woman in public. That's how I live my life. I don't ever disrespect my woman and would never disrespect my woman in public. Ever. Never. You always want to big your woman up. That's what I believe. And you be a good influence and you push for the joint reconciliation of a 2-parent household. I don't want to see, you're going to be a great single mom. All you women that are living vicarious are wishing you had a man's and could do it all over. You're pushing for her to do the same thing. You're a disgrace. Anyone pushing for her to be a great single mom is a disgrace. Because she's got the opportunity to reconcile, even though that's her baby dad. So we need to understand that this is the man you chose. That's why the Bible says we don't have children until we're married. And this problem doesn't exist, does it? I'm sorry that I was a byproduct of how it should have been, because I don't know what it's like to not have either or none. I have it the way it should have been. You get married, you get the finances in order, and then you have children. My finances are in order, so I'm definitely looking for a wifey now because my finances are in check. Now I'm actually looking to procreate and wife something, but I'm wifing something before I procreate. And if I accidentally, I drop in the bucket, that means you become my wife. I'm sorry, I'm biting the bullet. You now become my wife, the woman that I focus on. That's the obligation we make, guys. That's the traditional lifestyle that I don't want to lose with this little TikTok era. We don't push for single motherhood, that's the goal. We push for a 2-parent household. That is the only way of life. Don't live vicariously through her and have her make the same mistakes when she can latch on to a 2-parent household. You're scum for doing that. In part 2, we'll talk about her full circle moment. And it's a beautiful moment, but it is undercut by her going back into her Vume instincts and not accepting full accountability. I do feel bad for her in the sense that she gets in a box with Toxic. She gets in a box with Neo. Toxic is a stellar mom. No pun intended.
I think we need to stop all this. This is getting way out of hand. I feel like y'all. I think she deserves a chance. Baby mother deserves a chance. Can we do that one solid? She does, right?
To say, if that makes me a bad person, because I want what I created from the ground up, grew a baby, had a history with him before a baby, why should I care?
Toxic is a stellar mom who did have a conjoined family when the family originated. And then when she had all her tools on her tool belt, in her tool belt, with the accessories for motherhood, then she broke off from Fly. And she also had a bag. She got her Carmela Soprano on and she tucked a bag. She's the smartest of the bunch. She was able to tuck a bag and keep a bag tucked.
Think they're gonna come over the weekend?
Coming someday. Where's the rest of the money?
It's everywhere.
I'll get it.
This is going to be very, very difficult. And I mean very difficult. There's a couple key words that she said. This is my baby. This is my pregnancy. This is my. I don't want to hear this shit out of you, ladies. I do not want to hear this shit out of y'all. And then she goes to Neo for advice. Neo has a break. Neo gets a break because her man is right there. They do family TikToks now. Enzo ain't out here doing group TikToks with Fly Soldier Red. And no, he's a family man now. So you can't take any advice from Neo. And why are we taking advice from Neo anyway? Enzo made her rip her fucking teeth out and get new teeth put in her fucking mouth. So why are we even getting advice from Neo when she had to get her teeth ripped out her fucking mouth and get re-put in a apartment kitchen by someone who's not even a dentist? Let's stop playing no more games. We're not playing any more games, guys. You guys want to twist narratives and all that. When you come to my channel, you come for the straight facts. I have the microfiche. I have the data. Are you ready to see the data? Then stay tuned for part 2 of this video, because these are the cold hard facts. That nurse is fishing because it's going to be a CPS knock and visit, or it's going to be you don't get to take that baby out of that nursery at all. It's the Camista, the chemist, signing out.